Hi, this is Paul. This is going to be my spoilers review of Ghostbusters 2016 version. I saw it yesterday and I did a review on my other channel, Trey Pastor's channel. I'll leave a link to that review in the description box below. You can check that out. And I said in that video that I was going to do a spoilers review on this channel, Paul's Views and Opinions. So here's my spoilers review. And I gave it a 6.5. I said it wasn't a comedy classic, but I enjoyed it, and there were parts of it that I enjoyed a lot. Every joke didn't hit, but it had its moments, and I especially loved Kate McKinnon's character. I thought she was the best in the movie. Okay, so this review will have spoilers in it, and of course, star Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy is in it as well, Leslie Jones, and of course Chris Hemsworth. And let me start with Chris Hemsworth's character. Oh yeah, also there were cameos by the original cast in it. They had a bust of Harold Ramis, which is nice, sitting there, which was cool. I liked that. I saw that. I didn't miss that. I saw that bust of the late Harold Ramis, which I thought was a nice little homage to him having that. Dan Aykroyd played a taxi driver. Bill Murray played a guy who didn't believe in ghosts. He went around debunking, and so his cameo was the most. I mean, he had the most lines. He went around debunking, the myths about ghosts and stuff, and he kind of wind up getting the brunt of the thing. And I don't know. Bill Murray just makes me smile when I see him in movies. So, but anyway, then Annie Potts was in there. She played a hotel receptionist who was really cranky. And Ernie Hudson played Leslie Jones' uncle, who loaned her, she borrowed the hearse from that they converted into, the Ghostbusters mobile. And who else? Dan Aykroyd. I said Dan Aykroyd, right? And Sigourney Weaver. Okay, I was waiting for her cameo on it. It came at the, I think after credit scene. I think it was an after credit scene where Kate McKinnon's character showing off new experiments, and you see her mentor, played by Sigourney Weaver, plays her mentor, and she shows, and she's there, so she's in the movie, for a little bit. So I was waiting. The only one that I wasn't in the movie, which I thought might be in the movie, but he wasn't, Rick Moranis. I don't know if they asked him or if he was busy or whatever, but I would have liked to see Rick Moranis in it. And speaking of Rick Moranis, since he was the unwitting kind of villain in the first one, the guy in this movie who was the villain, he was the guy that was trying to open up the portals to let all the ghosts into the world and stuff. And I thought that actor, I forgot his name, I can't think of his name off my hand, but I thought he was pretty good. And I think part of the reason Chris Hemsworth's character, they made him especially dumb, and he was dumb, and I think they tied it in because he was especially dumb. So when his character, the original villain guy, he kind of electrocutes himself, which kind of opens up the portal and stuff. Well, that doesn't open up the portal because he comes back and do it, but he does that on purpose so he can become a ghost and come back and then open up the portal and let the ghosts through to this universe. But he takes over Chris Hemsworth's body, okay, and so they make jokes about, this is a nice fit body. I should have worked out more in life. I think that was part of the reason they made him, and they made him especially dumb. And they also did a thing which I think they cut out of the movie. They showed it during the end credit sequence because there's a scene where Chris Hemsworth, he freezes all the cops and the government workers and the soldiers and stuff, and you see them all pointing like this, and then you don't see them move at all later. But then later, you thought maybe, he was going to do something with them, maybe attack the Ghostbusters or whatever, but he didn't. But I think they cut it out maybe for time, and they do show what he actually did, which they cut out, but they showed in the after credit scenes. He actually had them dancing, which I thought was funny. He had them all, like they were mimicking his moves and stuff, which I thought was pretty funny. And, they showed that during the end credits, but they cut it out of the real movie, which I didn't mind. Because you didn't need that in the movie, but that was okay. And I'm glad they showed it in the after credits so you could see that. But anyway, I think that's part. Like I said, Chris Hemsworth was pretty good playing the dumb character. He played pretty straight, and he was pretty funny actually. I think it got to be a little grating towards the end of the movie, but I thought he did a good job overall. But again, Kate McKinnon to me was the best character. She was the electrical engineer, I think. That was her science, and she was great. And I loved that. She just acted weird, and she was funny. And I think she played off Kristen Wiig very well. And you could tell she liked freaking Kristen Wiig's character out. Okay, and then later I read something. I don't know if this is true because it's not an international movie database. They said Kristen Wiig's character was supposed to be a lesbian, but I mean they never really show any overt things like her. But I kind of got the vibe that she kind of liked Kristen Wiig's character. That she had not an overt thing, but I think she did like her, and she liked messing with her and stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. She was to me she was just the funniest character. Melissa McCarthy I thought was good in this, and she wasn't. Sometimes she can be a bit overbearing at times, but I thought she was decent in this movie. But like again, and Leslie Jones, she plays that's the character she plays, a loud, outrageous. She's not her character is never subtle. Okay, but she didn't annoy me as much as I thought she would. She played the subway worker who knows all about New York history and stuff, and then that's when she saw the first ghost appearance, when she followed the weird guy down into the subway, and then she saw that first ghost, and then she went to Ghostbusters, to tell it, and then you see that scene where she says, "I know about New York, you know about science, let's team up," and she basically invites herself, and then and she becomes part of the team that way. And I think that was a nice tie-in with the way Ernie Hudson's character did in the original. He was just, he was just looking for a job. So he didn't care about believe ghosts or not. He just needed a job, so he showed up. So I guess that tied in that way. Anyway, this is like I said, this movie will not remind you of the. I think the original is really funny, and I think mostly because it had scary moments, and I love in the original movie the look on Dan Aykroyd's face after they see that first ghost, and the look of fear on his face when he runs down the steps. You see, when they run out, and you see him running down the steps, that looked like legitimate fear on Dan Aykroyd's face. It's just I always remember that from the original, the look on Dan Aykroyd's face after they see that first ghost and he's running down the steps. So you see the absolute fear on his face. But anyway, this movie won't, and I love the original Ghostbusters because, again, Bill Murray, just because his charisma and star power just made that movies, it wouldn't, I think, worked as well without somebody else in the role. But Bill Murray, I think he ad-libbed a lot of his lines and stuff, and he was just so charismatic that he kind of carried the movie, and it just worked well. They worked well together, that team. So I think the original Ghostbusters is a classic. But again, I have to admit, I think I wasn't crazy about when they first announced this movie. But I said, what, let me give it a chance, and I did. And like I said in my blog yesterday, which is on my other channel, I said, I'm gonna give it a chance and see what it is. And again, it's not as bad as people. Like I said, on the International Movie Database, they give it a 4.7, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's not that bad. Trust me, there's been worse movies than that. What's the movie with Robert De Niro and Zac Efron, Dirty Grandpa? That movie was just really unfunny in a lot of parts, and when they're bed together and he turns and you see it's supposed to be Robert De Niro's ball sack right there on the. That's not funny at all. And the sheriff characters were not funny at all. And that annoying guy with the beard in that movie, every scene he was in was cringeworthy. The guy that was selling the drugs, you really wanted to kill him because his character was so annoying. Oh my God, that character is so annoying. And Dirty Grandpa, just oh my God, every time he's on screen, I wanted to kill him. Okay, and trust me, this movie is a lot worse. That movie's a lot worse than Ghostbusters, 2016 version, which, like I said, some of the jokes didn't always hit. Okay, but I thought it was good for the most part. I thought it was decent, like I said, and nowhere, it's not going to be a comedy classic, but I think it was enjoyable, and I do think that I'll be open to see a sequel, and if they get hopefully they get a better script and tighten things up a bit. But I enjoyed it, so I gave it a 6.5 because I didn't think it was quite like an average comedy. I think it was a little bit below because some of the jokes didn't just hit to me, and the script was kind of pedestrian. Okay, so but I thought overall, the performances were good for the most part. And again, Kate McKinnon to me just stands out. And all I know of Kate McKinnon is I know she does the Justin Bieber impersonation, and I heard she does the Hillary Clinton impersonations as well on Saturday Night Live. I haven't seen too much of her work, and I did see her in the commercials, for that. I forgot what was for MasterCard or whatever it was. But I know she's on Saturday Night Live. So, but I think she has potential, and she just killed it since movie. Every time I saw, I kept looking for her scenes. I kept waiting for her to do something because she just made me smile. She just, she was a weird character, but she was funny, and she just made me laugh. And she had a nice little screen presence with her coming up with her wacky inventions and stuff. and I really liked her. Like I said, Kristen Wiig was. I like Kristen. Kristen Wiig is a good actress. She can do drama as well as comedy, and she's sort of the straight person for the most part. She has some funny bits, but she was mostly a straight person. And Melissa McCarthy had some funny moments too, but she was mostly straight through. I think most of the humor came from Chris Hemsworth, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones. Again, I think that was mostly where the humor came from. Okay, those other two characters, Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, had some moments of fun, like when Kristen Wiig was trying to talk to the mayor and she was trying to get yanked out, and then she was, they yanked her out. She was pulling the table, saying, telling people to leave. I thought that moment was funny when she was pulling the thing, and I thought she had some funny moments when she was basically trying to subtly, or basically overtly hitting on Chris Hemsworth's character, who went straight over his head. But I thought those moments were funny as well. So again, overall 6.5. I definitely think if they make a sequel, it definitely has room to grow, I think. So will I see a sequel if they make one? Sure. I'd definitely give it a chance. So again, 6.5. And again, this is my spoiler review. Let me know what you agree. Again, I think a lot of people did, because a lot of people love Ghostbusters. It's a comedy classic, and a lot of people was poised to hate it, and they brought their hate to it, I think, and didn't want to give it a chance. But I think if you give it a chance, even if you don't go see the movie in the theaters, if you wait till it comes on video or Redbox or whatever on demand, you want to rent it, give it a watch, and you'll see while it's not nowhere near the original Ghostbusters, is not as bad as people are making out to be. Like, it's like a man hating. I don't think it's man hating, even though a lot of the male characters in this movie were pretty stupid. I think although Andy Garcia's in this movie, I forgot about that. He is in this movie as the mayor, and he doesn't come off as stupid. He comes off as a little like a politician, but he's not. He doesn't come off as stupid. Chris Hemsworth's character is like dumb stupid, but not maliciously stupid. Okay, and Kenneth McWilliams and I forgot the white actor who plays the two FBI agents. They come off as more, as government stooges and stuff. They're not stupid. Okay, so I know a lot of people say, well, the male characters come off stupid. I don't think they do. I think some of them do, but I don't think it was like an intentional thing to make, because there was a woman character in this as well that works for the mayor, who's like his aide and stuff, and she kept coming in and kind of telling him this is how it really is. Okay, we're really gonna do this, but her character, I liked her. I forgot what the actress's name who played the mayor's aide, and she came off, she came off real good. She was, I think, in the girls' corner for the most part, but she couldn't really say publicly because she was like the mayor's flack. Okay, but overall, again, 6.5. I didn't quite give it a 7 because I think if more of the jokes would have hit, I think I could have pushed it above 7. But to me, it was just below. It was just an average comedy, I think, and with good performances by certain members, specifically Kate McKinnon, who I absolutely love. Okay. And I was watching on YouTube her Hillary Clinton impersonations and stuff. I've already seen her Justin Bieber and stuff, but hopefully she can get a movie career started, because I think she's incredibly talented, and she just made me laugh every time I saw her. Okay, so I love Kate McKinnon. I think she was the standout in this movie. Anyway, that's my review, spoilers review. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. We can discuss it down there. I know some people said they weren't going to see it because they feel the original is a classic and they didn't want to get spoiled. But I think back to what what's the guy's name, John Campia, who says about remakes. Listen, if you don't like the reboot or remake, you still have the original. So this is a remake or reboot. Don't take away from the original. So if you were poised to hate the reboot, remake, or if you've seen it and you hate it, you still have the original. It doesn't affect the original. So I think that's good advice. Okay. Anyway, feel free to leave comments down below. And again, I'll leave a link to my original review from my other channel, Trey Pastor channel, in the description box below. You can check that original review out and see what I thought of it then, which I still have the same opinion, but feel free. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long. Oh, well, not Trey Pastor on this channel. I'm Paul on this channel. And this is Paul saying so long. Take care.